What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Woke as Fuck. I have an awesome guest for you guys today, my good friend Joe McVeen of the Viral Purpose Academy, right?
The Viral Purpose Media, recently.
Media, okay. We're switching it up. I love it. Welcome, brother. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I love how right before we got on, you were just saying like you didn't feel like you needed it, but here you are. So.
Well, I felt like I needed it today. A couple of days ago when he first asked me, or definitely a few weeks ago when he first asked me, I was still in the denial place that we all get into, which is like, oh, no, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong. And then there's more things stack up inside of us that are wrong. Like we try harder to tell ourselves nothing's wrong. So that's where I was a few weeks ago. Like this Max guy wants to do his podcast. Like, oh, I don't know. I started to think of it, honestly, we might go on a tangent for a second, but I started to think about it in terms of like a business decision, like I do with a lot of my time. Like, are my ideal clients on one of his listeners, and all this stuff. And I found that I was getting progressively less and less happy as I was doing that with every area of my life, thinking about it like cerebrally, left brain, like what's the outcome, blah, 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 which is obviously an effective way to think about business, but it's not always an effective way to process life. And so I just want to apologize for taking so long to get back to you, and thank you for holding the space here, and thank everybody listening for taking the time to give a shit.
Oh, my pleasure, bro. I love you, and I'm so happy to be able to support you. You've been an amazing support for me on my journey, and this is like the least I could do to kind of give back to you. So without further ado, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for my and our listeners today, and just tell us a little bit about yourself in a couple sentences.
Yeah. Well, they call me Joe. The name of it's not that. So if anybody listening, the reason that I'm having a hard time coming up with words for it is because we just did a guided meditation and I released so much. So now I'm like back in my spirit body. I'm like, I am us. We are one. Like I am just stars. So asking my name. I'm like, I don't know. What did they tell me it is? Anyways, I'm Joe McVeen. I'm CEO and founder of Viral Purpose Media. And basically, I live for letting purpose go viral. I live for helping people empower the flow of love in the world through whatever it is that they're passionate about. So it's been a long journey since I quit my job in 2017 because I got woke as fuck from a solar eclipse that helped me have the courage to quit. And since then, I've been on a journey of purpose coaching, then entrepreneurship coaching, then launching a digital marketing agency, traveling the world, building a team, and now helping some leaders who are focused on solving global problems, helping them do that most effectively through things like viral video, Facebook ads, LinkedIn lead generation, all that stuff. So that's what I drive on, and I love golf, and I love my girlfriend, and I don't meditate as much as I should.
I love this, man. I'm just laughing because it's so funny when people come around me and my energy, they just cannot help but spill their guts and spill their truth. And it's it's just so funny just to see the transition of this call. It's you went from quiet and low energy and and I just la 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 la.
You're amazing, man. You really are amazing.
Thank you. I'll receive that wholeheartedly. I appreciate that.
Attaboy.
So Joe and I, we were talking a little bit before the call, but I'm going to put you back on the spot here. And why don't you just go ahead and tell us in a couple of sentences, a couple of words, what are those challenges that we're going to focus on in today's life coaching?
Yeah. So as I briefly mentioned, I transitioned from entrepreneurship coaching and consulting for purpose-driven entrepreneurs into a digital marketing agency focused on more done-for-you services like video creation and Facebook ads and everything. And I've got a team supporting me doing that. And honestly, it's really taking off and doing very well. But with my transition, it wasn't just a business decision transition. It was also my heart switch directions sort of thing. Problem with purpose-driven entrepreneurs is if you understand the word purpose, you understand spirituality, and you're probably an empath, or you don't realize it, but you are. And so my clients all really picked up on months ago when my heart shifted direction and basically stopped getting results because my heart wasn't in it. It was the most bizarre thing to me because I was, I had so much goat juggling in my mind that I wasn't able to totally be present to that phenomenon. But what happened recently is, like I was saying, what I was grateful for before this call, new doors are opening and they're beautiful. At the same time, old doors aren't just closing, they're slamming shut, so very like relationships that were very like loving and like mutually beneficial in every way, between my clients and me, have started to, like I said, slam shut. And honestly, it feels like I'm going through multiple breakups at the same time. And it's just been really tough to untangle that energy from my vision and passion and drive to make my impact in the world in whatever meaningful way I can through my agency. So that's really where I'm at, man. Just shedding the old and welcoming the new as much as possible.
Yes, thank you. And as you're talking, I'm feeling into your energy, and it's almost like you're going through this grieving process, and there's like an old part of you that's quite literally dying, and there's another part of you that's being born at the same time. So it's like trying to find the balance and trying to find your footing in between those can be difficult. So thank you for just being vulnerable and willing to be on here and have your healing process public for everyone to hear and see. I mean, that's so brave of you, and I just want to honor you for that.
My pleasure, man. Thanks for creating the space. I think this is a phenomenal idea. I think more real, authentic, open conversations need to happen, because a lot of people feel like they suffer in solitude, and I do a lot sometimes too. So I want to listen to more podcast episodes of hearing the reality of behind the scenes of folks. It's a really cool thing you're doing. So thanks for acknowledging me, but at the same time, thank you for doing it.
Yeah, my pleasure. And if there's anyone on here listening today that feels like they're relating with that message, I feel like there's like this new wave of ascension in those of us who are in this heart-centered and grounded in integrity, especially business owners. I'm noticing a lot of us are going through this transition phase, and it's just a wild ride, and we gotta work together. And that's really the biggest thing that keeps coming up for me is unity. So anyway, I'm going to shut up about that. I could talk about that forever. But let's go ahead and jump right in, brother. Go ahead and close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths. And I'd like you to just imagine yourself in a peaceful, relaxing place. It can be imaginary or it can be real. Just let me know when you feel you're there.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there. Can't hear you anymore. I'm there. I think I might have gone too far deep into it. I terminated the connection. Lost you for a minute, brother, but I went into my happy place and I'm here. I think I went too deep, so I lost you.
It's okay.
I lost you for like 20 seconds.
Okay, so the connection's good. It's just you drifted off a little bit.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Oh, I was asking. Is that what happened?
Like. Oh no, I honestly I don't know. That I sounded like the connection was bad. I couldn't hear you entirely.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Awesome. So your happy place. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Where are you?
Oh, I'm sitting under a tree. It's a big. It's an oak. I'm back in Ohio, where I'm from. And there's a big open field in front of me, like a meadow, and there's a pond in the distance with some geese walking up to it. I'm just sitting there with a notepad.
Nice. I love it. Of course, you would have a notepad with you. Always ready to take notes. All right, awesome. So there's a part of each and every one of us when we're going through the growing process, when we're expanding, when we're evolving, there's going to be parts of us that are almost afraid or not ready for that growth. So it's really important that we acknowledge these parts of ourselves. So today we're going to open a dialogue with this part of yourself that feels that fear of letting people down, like you were talking about before. So I
Mm.
just like you to go within and ask this subconscious part of your being if it would be willing to communicate with you, if this part that's feeling fear of letting people down would be willing to communicate. And just give me a audible yes or no.
Yes.
Very nice. And from this point forward, I'd like you to thank this part. You can either do that out loud or in your mind, but I'd like you to
Mm.
feel into your body what images, what feelings, what sensations in your body does this fear live?
The fear.
Hmm.
I see spades and clubs off of cards. It's darkness. It's shadowy.
Hmm. And is this something existing within your body, or is it in your energy field? Do you see it in front of you?
It's kind of dancing around in front of me.
Hmm. So I'd like you to ask this part of your being, what is your message? What is your lesson? Just give me the first thing that pops into your head.
Caution.
Hmm.
Caution to move steady, don't outgrow my own growth. Don't out pursue my own growth, I guess is what I'm seeing.
Hmm. And now feel into your body, and just what feelings do you get when you tune into this energy of caution? Where do you feel it in your body?
Tightness in my throat immediately.
Hmm. Just breathe. Really become one with the flesh and bones of your throat. And ask this part of your body or this part of your subconscious, what do you need from me?
Let my voice be heard.
Mhm.
Just let your voice be heard.
Anything else?
Sing. Express. And trust. Trust that it's received.
Mhm.
Mm. Wow.
Now,
I'm also. Should I
go
go?
ahead. Yeah, please.
I'm also getting that. I've like ever since I made my first video on Facebook years ago, I have always had a part of my mind that's been cautious about what my family and friends thought of it. I know
Hmm.
I love when my potential clients or like the people I'm here to serve see those videos, but it's always been like this really heavy weight in for people that I know and love who don't fully get what I do to see those videos because they just think I'm more and more loony and separate me further and further from love, And so I think a lot of the fear has to do with not being loved, and so therefore not letting my voice be heard,
Mm.
which is where the tightness is, how the tightness shows up.
Yeah. And go ahead and thank your part.
Ah, thank you for all that.
And now I'd like you to ask this part ask this part to take you back to the first time that you felt these feelings. Just let your imagination go.
First thing that comes to mind is when I was 5 years old,
Hmm.
and we had a kindergarten assignment on Mother's Day for me to go home and sing to my mom a Mother's Day tune. This day is just for you, just for you, just for you. This day is just for you. Happy Mother's Day.
Nice voice, nice voice.
Thanks, man. And I was the only kid in kindergarten that sang it to my mom, but I didn't just sing it to my mom. At the Mother's Day brunch at the club we were at, I got on my chair and broadcasted it to the whole room. But I thought it was my job. I thought I was supposed to. I thought like I was going to get kicked out of school if I didn't. So I was scared shitless right before I did it. But I did it because I felt like the pressure from my teacher. And then I got back to fucking kindergarten and nobody else did it. Except me. And so now my family has always been like, yeah, you were the only kid that did it. And I was like, I was horrified to do that.
Yeah.
That'd be the first time.
Mm-hmm. And would you go back and in your mind's eye just pull up a chair and watch this 5-year-old who's putting on this performance and just give it all of your attention. Give this little boy all the love and attention and respect that he needed at that time. And you can even tell him, I see you, I hear you, great job. How does that feel?
Oh my God, wonderful. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. My mom was drifting into a deeper and deeper midlife crisis at the time. Just wanted her attention, her real attention.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the takeout boxes or flashy trips or whatever. Holy shit balls.
Yeah. And if you'd like, just go up to this little boy and give him a hug.
Oh my fucking God, that little boy's has been trying to be famous ever since.
Mm.
He recently gave up, and his biggest fear, gave up on trying to be famous and be the face of the brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the reason, because he stopped doing that, or tried to stop doing that, as just some sort of way to stop the insanity of the process. It's the reason he turned down your podcast initially. Don't want eyeballs on me anymore.
Yeah.
Because he knew that it wasn't working. It wasn't getting mom's love.
Mm-hmm. But how does it feel to get your own love and your own attention?
Oh my God.
Just go into those words, those feelings. How does it feel to receive that love in your own words?
Like a white light, like neutrality at last. Balance. It feels a lot like balance. It feels like peace.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom, liberation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it feels warm. Warm in places I didn't realize were cold.
Mm-hmm. Just breathe that in. Breathe in that white light. Breathe in that neutrality, that balance, that peace, that freedom, that liberation, that warmth. Every breath that you take in, feel those feelings growing and expanding within you, pushing out any negative or stagnant energy. Give me a loud
Oh my God.
How does your throat feel now?
Oh my God, it's clear. Wow, that's amazing.
Mhm.
Ah,
So there's more. Um, Someone would like to meet you today, if you're open to that.
absolutely.
So just see yourself sitting at this oak tree and look down at the ground to your left, and I'd like you to dig up the grass a little bit, and you're gonna find something there. And just pull it out of the ground and tell me what you find.
It's like a thunderbolt pendant off of someone's
Hmm.
necklace.
Yeah. So this thunderbolt pendant, would you like to take it with you and keep it with you in this meditation?
Yeah, absolutely.
This this item is a gift from your spirit guide, who's been willing and ready to connect with you for some time. He actually, or she, or it has been communicating with me since before our call and asked that I facilitate this process. So I'd like you to feel over your heart. I'd like you to call upon your spirit guide and just tell them you're ready to meet them. And just tell me what you see or feel.
Oh my God. I feel chills all over my body. It's got goosebumps.
Hmm. And in the space of your meditation, do you see a being, a light, a feeling?
I feel like those lights that they abduct people with, like lightness and a cylinder all around me.
Hmm.
Uh,
And as you look up directly into this light, you see an object, an image, or a person floating down, getting closer. And when I get to one, this person will be standing right in front of you. Number three, number two, number one. Just
hmm.
describe what you experience.
It's, it's an alien being, a humanoid
Hmm.
with an elongated head and eyes that are like teardrop shaped, with the pointy side pointing towards a nose that is much more not as extended as the human nose. It's much more inward. Clearly, they don't need the sense of smell.
And look into this being's eyes. Do you trust it?
Absolutely, more than I trust myself.
And do you get a sense of it's male or female? Or...
It's slightly male. Maybe it's asexual now, and it was male recently in a past life.
Oh, okay. And just ask this being, what would you like me to call you? What's your name?
He says, George.
Okay, George. Nice to meet you, George. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for communicating with me before this call. Well, this is your spirit guide, brother, and he's been
Mm.
communicating with me, just trying to get your attention. Definitely very much feeling like you were ready to have this connection today. And
Wow.
I love the intergalactic interplay here. We can have a conversation about that later outside of this call.
Yeah.
But I would like you to just remember this meeting with George and in your meditations. And if you need help and clarity on things, call in George, because he knows you, like you said, better than you know yourself. And he's here to help you on your path of spiritual awakening and enlightenment.
Wow. Amazing. Wow.
Now, just ask George if there's anything he would like to tell you before we wrap this call up.
I feel you're safe.
Hmm.
Don't worry.
Hmm.
And trust. Those three things. Mm.
Very nice. Well, thank George. Just let him know you'll see him later.
Thank you so much, George. Oh man.
All right, so we got to do a little bit of grounding before we come back. So let's just go ahead and see roots extending down from your feet, going all the way down into Mother Earth, grounding you back into this day on Wednesday. Wherever you are in your room, wiggling your toes, your fingers, stretching, yawning, and opening your eyes. Well, great job, my dude.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. Holy. Wow. Where did you learn to do that?
I learned parts of that back in my mystery school in Hawaii, but my own craft has been I've been working on that for a while now, so that's where I got that from. But
oh my God, amazing.
Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to share before we hop on to our post talk?
Damn. No. Yeah. Wow. No. Not yet. I don't know.
Joe McVeen, everyone.
Wow. Or at least that's what they call it. Yeah.
I know, right?
Wow. Holy mother of God. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, George. Thank you, Max.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, 5-year-old Joe. Thank you, everybody listening.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us on this episode. I can't wait to go talk to Joe outside of this conversation. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Thanks for checking out this episode. Much love. If you feel like you need support in connecting with your inner world, if you're seeking clarity or if you're seeking, some help with some of your challenges, definitely reach out to me. I would love to support you in this process. All right, y'all. Peace out. Much love.